Hi guys, welcome back to Flexible Projects. Today I'm going to just go through the project, this lean-to shed build. Kind of talk about some of my thoughts, some of the things I've learned from working on it, what things I do differently, and what things I like. So, you can see I used basically just fence pickets, 6-inch by I think 5/8 inch cedar fence pickets. They were like, I want to say $3 to $4 a piece, so it ended up being a lot cheaper to use that than the plywood or the actual siding stuff. So did that and then applied basically a molding here that covers that up. I did have to build out, you may have seen that in the previous videos, I had to build out a spacer in here that would allow this to sit up flush on top of these horizontal pieces. So it's just a shed, so actually I want it to breathe, so I'm okay with there being some cracks here, and then some of the air might flow through that, and that's okay. So I was happy about that. See, I did the same thing, applied the same. I actually just ripped these with a table saw to create the right width, and then used extra pieces of plywood from a previous project that had come through with a packing crate that we used there for the roof, and then I just shingled that. You can kind of see there is some wave here on this one. The rest of it's fairly straight. This was because I placed the vertical piece that runs down the side a little too low, so I could have adjusted that. But otherwise, I ran this piece up as a kind of a molding on this door piece. But this was two 2x3s pressure treated that were they're basically fence rails, and I think they were like $3 a piece too, so a lot cheaper right now with the wood prices being so high. And just ripped it to what I needed it to be. So I used the full 2x3s and then doubled that up to create this stiffer board for the door here. So anyway, that's how that turned out. It's just pretty straightforward here. A couple things which I done differently is my width. It's a little too tight. It works, but it's just a little bit too tight. I wish I had been a little more careful on that. And then I did compensate for these pieces I used to combine these to basically lengthen my 2x3 flooring boards. And so far the concrete blocks worked fine as a floor. I've kept that way since I got the back open here. Didn't want to use more plywood or more siding pieces than I needed, so I went ahead and just built it up against that. And so we'll see how that weathers over time. But it's all pressure treated or cedar, so I was happy. That should work out okay. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So I built these walls, separate pieces. They went up against these walls, and obviously this piece here, this center piece, this front piece. And you can see how I ran the upper piece here with the framing, and then plus the rafter, whatever you would call that came across, and then there's a bird's mouth cut down there where it sits. So you can see how I tied together a lot of these old plywood pieces, and that turned out okay too. So anyway, just wanted to kind of show you how that looked, and kind of introduce it to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below. Thanks.